receiving the ball and you're stopping the ball in front. But in the games, that's not really what happens. Today we are turning that into game scenarios. How to control the ball efficiently so you can eliminate the guys that are marking you in the game. First technique we're gonna be focusing on is the half turn. You already come forward, like you already turned. Now that makes your job a lot easier. You can't be coming forward flat. That's one of the common mistakes that many players struggle with. When you're receiving the ball, you're coming forward at an angle like this, then you don't know what's going on behind you. You're gonna come at an angle, so you are halfway turned already. First of all, your turn will be much easier. Second, now you're seeing whether if you should even receive the ball there or not. So you're receiving the ball at an angle, so you turned immediately. If you're flat, now you have to do too many touches. And too many touches is not good for a midfielder. But if you come at an angle, one touch, that's it. That's all I need, and I already turned. And let's say the opposition is coming and putting the pressure on from the angle that I already slightly turned. Now I can quickly change my stance to exit to the opposite side. So let's say the pressure is coming from here, and then I'm receiving the ball, but I already showed this way. I'm gonna quickly change my stance to exit to the opposite side. Initially, it doesn't matter which angle you come in to show the half turn. You can quickly change it. But the first angle that you came, now your shoulder checking time reduces by quite a bit. Because if I came like this, now I have to look and look again. So that's your key as a midfielder. But it's also useful for wingers as well. As a winger, you have the space, so you kind of always come at a half turn anyways. Let's assume that this is my line as a winger, and then my midfielder is playing the ball to me. So I can't already be like this because I already have an angle to my midfielder, correct? If I'm coming like this, now I'm flat to my midfielder. I can even turn a bit more. Now I really opened up my room to actually just quick touch and exit with my first touch. I'm receiving the ball from my midfielder, and as this is my outside line anyways, so I'm already half turn. As soon as the ball is played from my midfielder, sometimes you don't even have to touch the ball to use the whole width of the field, right? So you want to create those angles for your teammate to pass it to you. Not only you have to receive it at half turns, you have to come at a side pockets as well. What do I mean by side pocket? Let's say you are the midfielder and you're coming back to receive the ball. The guy that's marking you, whether it's in behind you or in between the ball and your teammate. So as you're receiving the ball, you have to come at a certain angle that you're creating, you're finding those side pockets to receive the ball. And coming at a half turn, which will really help you to get out of those spaces that are marked tight by the opposition. So if I'm receiving the ball from my center back, if I'm coming flat like this is completely wrong. The opposition knows exactly what you're doing. So you have to come at a certain angle, not be just by your body, but at the same time, angled approach as well. Which gets you out of the pressure that the opposition puts. Whatever position you're playing, you just can't be stationary to receive the ball. And coming at an angle will really get rid of the chance that the opposition can win the ball. And creating side pocket is not only a technique, it's also a communication skill that you have to be able to adapt in the games. As your teammate is passing it to you, you can point out which way you're gonna go. But you gotta kind of do this secretly so the opposition doesn't see it. Whether it's a half turn, chest control, thigh control, doesn't matter. The one key thing that you have to integrate is that you have to be on your toes. You can't be flat-footed. If you are flat-footed, that means that you're not even ready to exit. So always be ready on your toes. Show at an angle and exit. Be ready on your toes. The thing is, if you are flat-footed, now you can't even show an angle most likely. That's why being on your toes, being ready, first of all, mentally prepares you, then physically it allows you to turn much easier when you're receiving the ball. Just look at the difference. I'm flat-footed. At the same time, I'm not coming forward with a half turn. Did you see how many touches it took? At least 3. At least 3. But if I'm coming at a half turn, not flat-footed, on my toes, ready to turn, I can quickly explode. So this is the flat-footed example. But isn't there a time and place to be flat? Yes. If you have pressure on both sides, that means that you're not really gonna be giving time to come forward with a half turn. So that's your time, that's your clue. Just kill the ball, play back simple, get in a better side pocket to receive the ball. You can have an advantage the next time. In the game, you don't think about how you're gonna do this. So we make decisions based on how we feel, how comfortable you are, how confident you are. If you're playing against a super good team that you can't really risk to come at a half turn. But trust me, every player has to take just enough risks so you are getting into good habits. And the final technique that we're gonna be mastering today when it comes to the real game scenarios, showing one way but exiting the other way. You can call this a body feint or whatever you wanna call it, or you can change the way that you're gonna use your foot. Because what happens when you're approaching to your teammate who is about to pass it to you, the opposition kind of gets an idea of how you place your foot to actually receive the ball. As I'm receiving the ball, if I'm showing with my inside, the opposition expects, and I'm right-footed, the opposition expects me to exit to my left automatically, right? But you can show like you're gonna exit to your left, but you can immediately change it as that ball is coming to you to using the outside to eliminate the defender who's right behind you. Not only that, but you can also change your stance. So if you are standing on your right foot or left foot, let's say, because if you're right-footed, most likely naturally you're gonna be on your left foot to stand on. So you can exit with your dominant foot, right? So this is where you being able to use your weak foot comes into play. If I'm standing and expecting the ball on my right foot, what I can do right at this point is to quickly change the standing foot and then exit the opposite way. But you have to do this rapid, really quick, so you can actually fool the opposition. If we can master these techniques, our potential could be huge. Because in the game, circumstances could change quite rapidly. So you have to be able to adapt and anticipate much better. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please drop a like, subscribe to my channel with the notifications on. And if you want to learn more about the first touch, the very basic of it, here's a perfect video for you. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next time.